Hello everybody, we are back after a few weeks of hard work, and oh boy, do we have something cool to show you. We've spent this time doing bug fixing, preliminary balancing, adding some fun new events, fixing some bugs, and adding a brand new playable character. So without further ado, let's show you what we have step by step. When we started this project in May, we came up with 4 character ideas. Each character is based off of a real-life species of frog. The first is a bullfrog named Buru, who you've seen probably too much of recently. As cute and cuddly as he is, we are planning on reworking him in the future. The other 3 types of frog we would like to create are the pond frog, the tree frog, and our newest challenger, the poison dart frog. And that is how Uni was born. We built Uni's character around the use of poison, but we didn't want to stick to the typical archetypes like, this is Melphagorgon, the poison wizard that is evil and cunning and poisons young girls and kills political figures. So instead we made him a sushi-chef. Our thought process was that if a poison dart frog lived in a society, then he would have a lot of trouble not killing innocent civilians, forcing him to become extremely meticulous and cautious. And who's more meticulous than a sushi-chef? Since our other character, Buru, is so focused on melee, we built Uni's kit around range. He throws knives from far away and emits slow-moving sea urchins which explode on impact. Alternatively, you can detonate these sea urchin nukes by throwing knives at them, which causes them to do double damage. If he gets in a pinch, you can use his super cool teleport dash move to get out of harm's way. Finally, he can secure his perimeter using sea urchin mines which detonate when enemies get too close. If you didn't catch that, Uni has 4 abilities, in contrast to Buru's 3 abilities. So we decided to add more moves to all our characters because we thought it would bring more variety of gameplay and that would be good. So I guess we have to give Buru another ability too. So I think I've explained this long enough. Let's talk about implementation very quick and then we'll show you some gameplay. After we got our design down pat, we got to work on actually modeling the frog. After already having made a bunch of characters beforehand, it was pretty simple doing the modeling itself. His animations, however, took a bunch of reworking because the sheer number of them. Remember, he has 5 different attacks and a ton of animations for features like swimming. Also, we made a mistake on the textures where for each part of the character we set a separate material. This is very bad for rendering, because it causes you to render one character essentially as 6. Uni felt pretty straightforward to implement. One of the main challenges was simply setting up the large amount of systems and features built into each playable character. That's all the UI stuff, the stats for the character and his abilities, sound effects, particle effects, etc. I also ran into some minor hitches when implementing bombs. I spent longer than I care to admit fixing a bug where when the bomb would go off, it would fall through the floor and would disappear and I didn't know where it was going. But after I got over that, everything else was quite easy. Keep in mind, a lot of the UI and particle stuff is very likely temporary. It's important for the feel of our game, but we just haven't gotten around to refining it yet. If you're still here, you've probably listened to us drone on long enough, so we'll just show you some gameplay now. So here we are in the main menu. Here we go. Yeah, here's Uni. You can see he's got a nice thick black outline. I'll drop some mines. Please forgive the frame drops. The way I'm loading everything right now is improper at best and very inefficient, and I'll pass over it on the next update. Oops. So as you can see, his kit revolves around playing from afar and leaving those traps. Right now, these items that I just picked up are Uni's poison. Oops. And I'm on low hydration. Something to note is that Uni uses a lot more hydration than, a lot more water, I guess, than Boru does. Just because he's constantly playing with his abilities and trying to keep distance from the enemies. I think right now he's a little bit or a lot of bit too powerful. Once you get good at aiming, I say as I almost die. He can, most of the enemies in the game can only attack from afar, and Uni can just very easily keep his distance away from them. And it's not like the mosquito projectiles move fast enough to get him anyway. So I think he's due for a nerf, and we might have to buff some of the enemies. We might have to give them distance attacks after all, which I wanted to avoid doing, but we'll see. Right now I'm just farming up some enemies so I can... As you can see, his basic attack isn't very good. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but his right click move and which throws 5 knives. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Although I guess it opened the barrels. And his explosive moves definitely do a lot of damage, especially with the poison. Something cool is that since his right click throws 5 knives at once, you're essentially putting 5 stacks of poison, assuming all the knives hit, on the enemy at once, whereas a basic attack would only put 1 stack. Right now, I think his best move is his mine. You can go right near the enemy, leave a mine, and run right back out. The right click is really fun to use, as well as his E move, which is this one, which throws a slow moving projectile toward the enemy. And if you're good, you can even hit it with your right click, as I just did. So I'm going to collect a few items and we'll go to the boss room. Oh, I forgot to... These are extremely temporary, these cylinders that you see here, but they represent packages that once the player enters the level, an event starts, which you can see on the top right, which you have to complete in order to progress to the boss room. Although a lot of it is extremely unpolished. And not... Yeah, there. I only know it's broken because when I hear the noise. So we have to pass over many things before this is ready to even give it to people for playtesting. And that's just one of them. As you can see, I need to find 2 more packages before I can enter the boss room. Oops. I'm bad. There. Something to note about his E move, which is the floating bomb. It deals more damage the further it is from where it spawned. As in, the longer it travels, the more damage it does. So if I get far away... Oops, and I messed up. If I get far away and throw the bomb and it hits the enemy... Sorry about that if you heard it vibrating. Oops, I already did that. I might have to edit this so I can find the packages faster. It's too difficult. I see it all the way over there, and I only know it's there because I put it there. Haha. The packages now spawn each in one of, I think, 5-ish places around the map. And I put one over here on the secret island, but I don't know if that was a good idea because players might not even see that. Anyway, I've gotten all 3, so the event left. There should probably be like a ding or something. Oh, something cool is that if you drop your mine on the water, it skips along the water and floats toward wherever you pointed it at. Which I did by accident. I think it's very, very cool. Oops. Okay. Oh, it disappeared. Okay. Yikes. Terrible. And here we enter the palace. Now the lighting looks very strange with the black outline, and that's just another thing on our list of things to fix, but that's alright. This whole fight is pretty unrefined, I think, as of now, but polish makes perfect. Oops. I like how our giant friend over here moves around the map. Oh, and I just got kicked. Let me just defeat him. He has quite a bit of health. Ooh. Oh, I almost died. And there, he's dead. And that's a little bit about Uni for you. That's basically all we have to cover for this video. Thanks for supporting us on these videos, and be sure to subscribe if you like what we do and want to continue seeing devlogs on Kaeru. We'll see you later.